This boat's a treasure. Dallas wouldn't know what to do with her.
This again.
We have to find a way to get this ship moving. We can't let the Magisters catch up with us. We're too weak to fight them again.
Void Slayer, Worm Killer, Godwoken. You have many names. Let's add ship's captain to the list once we get this thing moving, shall we? Driftwood, of course. Little fishing village. Not very welcoming, but you'll brighten it up, I'm sure. Got family near there. Not the adventuring types. For the best, really. Meister Siva's there too. My leader. Our leader. She held the Seekers together when we had every reason to fall apart.
Gareth pauses, then shakes his head.
A mistake was made. That's all I have to say on the matter. Think of her as a teacher. The powers of the Seven stir in you. She'll reveal them to you. Show you how to manipulate them. I won't let the Fallen be forgotten. I'd be no better than Dallas, no better than Alexander, if I just tossed their remains into the sea. To think that whelp spawned from greatness. He deserves no better fate than his silent monks. All this blood. Children ripped from families. Seekers ripped from me. He's down there now, guarded like some precious jewel, rather than leashed and flogged like the dog he is. Amazing to think those of us in the Order once assumed the gods were with him, and only him. That was before we found the others. Other Godwoken. When Lucian died, we waited, and waited some more. Alexander never rose to divinity. Then we started to find more like him. We weren't the only ones who noticed either. Not every Godwoken we found was alive, and so the Seekers were born. We found Godwoken, housed them, fed them. I loved them like family. I was naive. But let's leave the past in the past and reach for what's ahead. She's not, well, not in the strictest sense. She's not exactly an elf either. Half demon, Meister Siva says, and I don't doubt it. I don't know how Siva came to know her, but Malady's a proper ally. She's not easy to like, but there are times I admire her coldness.
Gareth fingers the hilt of his blade. He stares at nothing in particular before turning.
Keep Lucian close, Godwoken.
Nothing here.
Farewell, Mattis. You did the Seekers proud.
made it, Godwoken. Good.
There must be some way to get this ship moving. There. Rosa, it's good to see your face.
May the fallen rest. Keep Lucian.
I remember this one. His name was Kerbin.
Show us the way forward.
His friend's
Deliver us
sword
from
couldn't
peril.
save him, it would appear.
Sendelius, don't go any further, Godwoken. We need you alive. I know what's at stake, but I have to warn you. This ship is alive and dangerous.
She glances over towards a smouldering pile of ash on the deck nearby.
That was Brendan. When the ship wouldn't answer my call, he touched the figurehead, and it attacked him, without warning. He burned, like he was made of parchment.
Her eyes flick over to the smouldering ashes once.
Thank you. We were held captive together, on this ship.
She sighs.
I know. Just be careful. Nothing. The ship is live wood, that much is clear. But I couldn't communicate with it. The mad... Blessings to our fallen. Pray that they may find rest. Hear my prayer. Show us the way forward. Deliver us from peril. Sweet Divine.
The rolling of the waves. I might actually get a good night's sleep.
Oh, please don't stare. It's tired. Yes, and had my mask not been stolen, you would still not see me. I could be an elf, a dwarf, a tall dwarf, human. That's the term. Alas, I am naught but bone until I can find a suitable corpse and a device that allows me to remove its face and craft a mask. But you're quite right. I am not of your kind. I am an eternal. My people are glorious, prehistoric, and... thankfully, there are answers to be found. I simply need to get to Reaper's Coast, to return to the Black Pit's excavation site. Is that so? I need to travel to the Black Pit's oil field, near Reaper's Coast. But my attempts at staying, given how well you handled yourself in Fort Joy... So, how about it? I travel with you and aid you in your various chores and tasks. Really? Really? There's no accounting for taste,
The lady's a sturdy old tub. Take a lot to sink her.
Hey! You're here! There's got to be another way to get it going, but we can't find a way into Dallas's room.
The door seems like any door, at least at first. Then you notice it's unblemished wood. There is no knot, no scratch. The wood groans and creaks. A face appears in the wood, tortured and tormented. A six-sided indentation is cut. The face vanishes. The door remains closed.
Speak to me if you're looking for hired help. I've got good fighters of every stripe. They know how to keep their mouths shut too, as long as there's gold in it for them. So, what'll it be? I've got a few good prospects for you in that case. Tell me some more about what you're after, and I'll see that you have just the right type at your side. Talia has the skills you need. I've seen him in action firsthand, and I don't envy your foes. Happy with your choice? A lot of choice, I know. Something else I can help you with, then? Francesca's a first-rate conjurer. You're happy with your choice? A lot of choice, I know. Something else like Talia has the skills you need. I've seen him. Happy with your choice? Excellent. Pleasure doing business with you.
The sergeant doesn't seem interested in talking to you. She shoots you a disdainful look.
I've plenty of fighters for hire. Oh, I see you have a full... That'll be Ornia. She has the skills you... Happy with your choice? A lot of choice, I know. That'll be Forex. I'm happy with your choice? A lot of choice. Francesca's a first-rate conjurer. You'll count just happy with your choice? Excellent. Pleasure doing business with you.
up to me, you'd be swinging from the end of a rope, not locked up in here.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate of the Divine Eminence vessel, Lady Vengeance.
You keep saying that. It won't save you. I ought to chain you up like your lot did to me.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate of the Divine Eminence vessel, Lady Vengeance.
Enough! Behind bars suits you, murdering scum.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate of the Divine Eminence vessel, Lady Vengeance.
Can't you say anything else? Bloody Magisters. To me, you'd be swinging from the end of a rope, not locked up in here.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate of the Divine Eminence vessel, Lady Vengeance.
You keep saying that. It won't save you. I ought to chain you up like your lot did to me.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate of the Divine Eminence vessel, Lady Vengeance.
Enough! Being behind bars suits you, murdering scum.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate of the Divine Eminence vessel, Lady Vengeance.
Can't you say anything else? Bloody Magisters. If it were up to me, you'd be swinging from the end of a rope, not locked up in here.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate of the Divine Eminence vessel, Lady Vengeance.
You keep saying that. It won't save you. I ought to chain you up like your lot did to me.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate of the Divine Eminence vessel, Lady Vengeance.
Enough! Being behind bars suits you, murdering scum.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate for the Divine Eminence vessel, Lady Vengeance.
Can't you say anything else? Bloody Magisters. If it were up to me, you'd be swinging from the end of a rope, not locked up in here.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate for the Divine Eminence vessel, Lady Vengeance.
You keep saying that. It won't save you. I ought to chain you up like your lot did to me.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate for the Divine Eminence vessel, Lady Vengeance.
Enough! Being behind bars suits you, murdering scum.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate for the Divine Eminence vessel, Lady Vengeance.
Can't you say anything else? Bloody Magisters. If it were up to me, you'd be swinging from the end of a rope, not locked up in here.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate for the Divine Eminence vessel, Lady Vengeance.
You keep saying that. It won't save you. I ought to chain you up like your lot did to me.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate for the Divine Eminence
The
vessel,
Seeker flexes her arms stiffly. Her
I owe you, Godwoken. Without your help, I'd likely still be a prisoner around here, not guarding Alexander the Bloody...
She nods her thanks and immediately winces, laying her hand on the back of her neck.
Good luck getting anything out of either of them. Our special guest is out cold, and the other one ain't in much...
The Seeker has
You must be starved for company to linger around here, friend. I wish. No, the Magisters kept me chained to the bulkhead. Arms held above me head, feet barely able to touch the deck. Now my joints are paying the price. We're a big bloody target on our backs. We took their leader and their flagship. The Hammer won't stand for that. She'll be hunting for us. You and half of Rivellon, friend. But no, he hasn't made a sound.
The Seeker throws a toxic look at the imprisoned Magister.
Hardly. She's just some deckhand. If it were up to me, I'd tie her to the main mast and use her for arrow practice. But Malady wants her alive for now. No. They had us down below, chained up. Maybe it was just the lack of food and rest playing tricks. But I swear I heard chanting and horrible moaning coming. All right then, just... I'll keep an eye on the Red until the cage is locked again. Being behind bars suits you, murdering scum.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate of the Divine Eminence vessel, Lady Vengeance.
Can't you say anything else? Bloody Magisters. If it were up to me, you'd be swinging from the end of a rope, not locked up in here.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate of the Divine Eminence vessel, Lady Vengeance.
You keep saying that. It won't save you.
Get away from him, sorcerer. That's the Divine. All right. Don't harm him. I'll be watching.
Ifan grabs you by the sleeve, not hard.
Let me work on him. I've got questions that need answers. Answers I can only get from him.
Ifan approaches Alexander, who lies flat on a bare wire cot. Though unconscious, Alexander's eyes are only half. Ifan grabs him by the jaw and shakes violently. Alexander's face...
Why did you trigger the death fog before the elves had a chance to escape? Why?
No matter how loud Ifan shouts his questions, there is no response from the unconscious Alexander. He reaches his arm back, and you realize he intends to punch Alexander in the face.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate of the Divine Eminence vessel, Lady Vengeance.
Can't you say anything else?
As if waking from a dream, he turns to you, disoriented. Hesitantly, he drops his fist until it hangs...
You're right there.
With a nod, Ifan strides away. Bishop Alexander lies supine on a bare wire cot. Though unconscious, his eyes are only... Bruises swell beneath his eyes. Someone has wiped the bishop's hands clean and folded them neatly. A beautiful six-sided gem rests on the bishop's chest. Hung round, the gem sits heavily in your pouch. A young magister paces around the brig, fussing over Alexander. She notices you observing her. She straightens her back and sets her jaw in a...
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate of the Divine Eminence vessel, Lady Vengeance. That's all the information I'm giving to any of you lot, so stow your questions. Ranley, Corker's mate, Lady Vengeance. Magister Ranley, Corker's mate of the...
The magister falls silent, but stares at you with unwavering defiance. Ifan grab...
Why did you...
No matter how loud, as if wait...
You're right there.
With a nod. Bishop Alexander lies supine on a beautiful... The gem sits heavily in your...
Being behind bars suits you, murdering scum.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate of the Divine Eminence vessel, Lady Vengeance.
Can't you say anything else? Bloody Magisters. up to me, you'd be swinging from the end of a rope, not locked up in here.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate of the Divine Eminence vessel, Lady Vengeance.
You keep saying that. It won't save you. I ought to chain you up like your lot did to me.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate of the Divine Eminence vessel, Lady Vengeance.
Enough! Being behind bars suits you, murdering scum.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate of the Divine Eminence vessel, Lady Vengeance.
Can't you say anything else? Bloody Magisters. If it were up to me, you'd be swinging from the end of a rope, not locked up in here.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate of the Divine Eminence vessel, Lady Vengeance.
You keep saying that. It won't save you. I ought to chain you up like your lot did to me.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate of the Divine Eminence vessel, Lady Vengeance.
Enough! Being behind bars suits you, murdering scum.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate of the Divine Eminence vessel, Lady Vengeance.
Can't you say anything else? Bloody Magisters. If it were up to me, you'd be swinging from the end of a rope, not locked up in here.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate of the Divine Eminence vessel, Lady Vengeance.
You keep saying that. It won't save you. I ought to chain you up like your lot did to me.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate of the Divine Eminence vessel, Lady Vengeance.
Enough! Being behind bars suits you, murdering scum.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate of the Divine Eminence vessel, Lady Vengeance.
Can't you say anything else? Bloody Magisters. If it were up to me, you'd be swinging from the end of a rope, not locked up in here.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate of the Divine Eminence vessel, Lady Vengeance.
You keep saying that. It won't save you. I ought to chain you up like your lot did to me.
Magister Ranley, Corker's mate of the Divine Eminence vessel, Lady Vengeance.
Enough!
A young magister, she noticed...
Magister Ranley, Magister Ranley, Corker's mate...
The magister falls silent, but stares at you with unwavering defiance. The magister
Magister Ranley,
spotted something.
You can put a price on the warriors I have for hire, but you can't put a price on the glory they'll win.
The door seems like any door. The wood groans, the face vanishes. The anguished face appears once more. It dips its forehead toward. A shudder of pleasure racks the figure in the door. It seems to breathe.
No entry allowed through the starboard stateroom.
Summoned. Speak the password. Yes. Enter at...
Again.
Just one more moment, please.
He clicks together two halves of some type of gauntlet sitting in his lap.
And there. Rescued at last, am I? To whom do I owe my thanks? I'm a prisoner, of course. Do you think I'd be sitting here calmly if I was that infernal Dallas woman left me trapped here, too weak to escape? It seems I'm in your debt. Took it? No, no. I made it. Have you seen the... As I said, the Magisters left me weakened. But this will help give... Alice took a particular interest in me. And she kept me here to do her bidding. Until you took her flagship from right under her nose, it seems. Oh, yes. She could be a...
He extends his arm and pushes up the sleeve. Beneath,
She used some form of domination device on me, forcing my hands to do her bidding, and I've ruined... Well, the situation is looking immeasurably better now. So why don't you tell me all about my valiant rescuers? To whom do I owe my thanks? Ah, I do like music. I created a never-ending music box for a lizard viceroy once. In fact, I do believe the box has outlived the lizard. Ancient empire politics are so cutthroat. I must hear you perform at some point. But for now, I ought to carry on with what I'm doing here. Unless there was something else? Oh, cast spells, tinker with relics, meddle with the laws of nature. All the sorts of...
He clicks the gauntlet into place around his withered forearm.
But that damn contraption that she used on me seems to have fogged my memory. Trust me. Convenient is the last word I'd use to describe the experience. Pass me that copper wire there, would you?
He takes the copper with a nod of gratitude. His sleeve slips back, above his elbow. In it...
Perhaps my memory will come back with time. But for now, I'm afraid there's little more I can add. I'm doing my utmost to be civil to you, under rather trying circumstances. Why must you push me like this? I'm more than a sum of my parts, friend, indeed. But I fear you might have come to the wrong calculation.
The Seekers are too trusting by half. We can't just let this healer go free.
If this one was enslaved by Dallis, then he could still be under her thrall. We can't risk keeping him around.
He takes your hand in his gauntlet-clad fist and shakes it. There's a lot...
Call me Tarquin, and consider me at your service. I must admit, despite what she did to me, I can't help but admire her a little. So if you should cross paths again, be sure to leave her broken. You will not get another chance. I have nothing to say to you. Think twice in future before you urge violence against others. I have nothing to say to you. Think twice in future before you urge violence against others.
Jungle. A pyramid? What on Rivellon is this for?
Only one way to find out. Try using it.